KARK. So this is KARK, Arkansas's NBC News affiliate. Alex Kindlin, Little Rock, Arkansas. A study ranks Arkansas dead last among states for LGBTQ equality in governmental policies and economic opportunity. Okay. This is the link. This is what this story is based on. So the KARK story is based on this website, Out Leadership. And here is the map. As you can see, number one for LGBTQ policies in government, New York. Arkansas is dead last on this list. And now you may see why this E.P. Parker guy is trying to get new converts at Boise State. It's because we want to make Arkansas look like New York. And in order to do that, you've got to take people who were born from women, like we all were, and make them into what the left wants them to be, which is people who are unsure of who they are, unsure of how they were raised, and to change into a leftist. That's really, truly the goal. Now, if we go back here, I just want to highlight some more things because there's a ton of stuff in this report that is gaslighting to the max. In 2022, South Carolina was at the bottom of the list. For 2023, it was ranked one above Arkansas. Out Leadership founder and CEO Todd Sears said a low ranking could impact how businesses view Arkansas. Okay, so this, once again, this is based on something called diversity, equity, inclusion, which we've been talking a lot about today, and environmental social governance. So they are now trying to say that these laws that Arkansas has passed, limiting kids from going to drag shows, banning transgender surgeries, banning puberty-blocking hormones, these type of things, they're now saying that that's hurting our business climate. Now, even if that were true, that doesn't somehow give us the excuse of doing the wrong thing and allowing our children to essentially be sacrificed to whatever this new immoral sex religion is, okay? That doesn't give us an excuse. But on its face, in light of what we are seeing with Target, Bud Light, Major League Baseball put up the Pride logo and then removed it after a couple of days. Okay, Bud Light sales have plummeted. Target's lost $9 billion, probably going to lose more because of their tuck-friendly swimsuits. And I could tell you what tuck-friendly is, but I think it might make you blush. So you should kind of read between the lines there and understand what that is. So anyway, just in terms of who actually agrees with the new sex religion that's been created and who doesn't agree with it, I really don't think you can make this economic argument, but they're going to because these corporations are actually, and it really is about the corporations. So the corporations get more funding if they adopt these policies that none of us agree with, or the vast majority of us disagree with, right? There is a huge disconnect here, and it's intentional, and it really is corporate fascism, if you really want to break it down. That's actually what it is. So back to this article, a greater number of multinational companies continue to shift away from U.S.-based operations. The business impact of this year's index points to a harmful effect for the nation's economy and job market. Major corporate employers want to locate to places where they can recruit the best talent without having to worry about state and local laws hindering their overall business success. Well, business success, I mean, that's a relative term. If you want your business to be successful, and it depends on, BlackRock and Vanguard, giving you access to all of this capital, if you will make sure to put environmental social governance and diversity, equity, inclusion everywhere, even though your customers disagree with it. And see, now the customers are fighting back. So it's, we're really at a weird state here where some of these corporations, they don't care if they lose money. They don't care if they lose money because they're captured and they're owned by people with a gargantuan sum of money that are controlling all of the products that we buy, all of the companies that make the products that we buy. It's a very, very interesting situation going on right now. But here's a thought. For those of you who are golf fans, you probably heard the news this week that the PGA, which used to be very hostile towards Live Golf, Saudi Arabia backed from, the fund of Mohammed bin Salman, you probably heard that they're merging now. They finally caved, and all of those PGA players that took the Live money, by the way, President Trump was right. He said this would happen. That's been fascinating to see on Twitter. People actually acknowledging President Trump was right about what was going to happen with Live Golf. And, people want to, get on their high horse and say Saudi Arabia, and I don't want to get into that right now. We could talk about what allegedly happened when Trump got in office with Saudi Arabia, just in terms of, there were reports about hotels at the Ritz-Carlton and him holding a lot of his own government, bin Salman holding a lot of his own government accountable for some of the things they'd done in the past. A lot of stuff, a lot of corruption. But I'll tell you what you won't see on the PGA Tour after this. You're not going to see any rainbows. You say what you want to, but Saudi Arabia and their Live Golf now partnering with the PGA. I'm just telling you right now, you're not going to see any of this. It really directly contradicts this article saying, in order for companies to make money, you have to embrace the rainbow. No, that's not at all what's going to happen, and I can promise you, with Live Golf and PGA, you're not going to see this. You're going to see more of what the Major League Baseball did. Major League Baseball has the rainbow logo. They've had it for a couple of days. There's backlash. They take it down. Look at the grief the LA Dodgers have gotten for bringing in a group that is specifically dedicated to debauchery and mocking Christ, dressed up as demonic nuns. Okay? It's not going over well. It's not going over well at all. So, back to this question. Why are they coming for our kids? Because, demographically speaking, conservatives are having all the babies. And that's the truth. There's no other way to say it. They have a demographic problem. And that demographic problem necessitates, things are going to get worse before they get better, in my opinion. All we have to do is hold the line. All we have to do is, continue to do what we know to be right, continue to love our families, love our children, see that they are raised in the fear and admonition of the Lord, see that they build their own families. But this is why their strategy, and I don't even know if some of it's strategy, some of it's sexual perversion, sexual perversion to see even children as sexual objects. That's why they're trying to force an identity on little kids. Because it's like we see, generally speaking, everything is sex now, and everything about you should be identified by what you do in your bedroom or where, and that's just not true. But that's what we have been perverted to think, and so people look at kids and they're not sexual at all, and so, but that doesn't compute because everything about myself has to do with my sexuality. So there's a psychological component there. But the demographic problem they have is they're not having any babies. So what does that mean? That means they have to indoctrinate kids at school. It means they have to come up with some new religion to indoctrinate kids because they need the babies. In order for their movement to survive, they need the babies from straight, normal couples. They need those children to grow up and become a member of the LGBTQ. That's what they need. They need those people to become like them in order for their movement to survive. And that's what we're seeing right now. And so if you want to know why they're coming after our kids, it's because of that demographic problem.